This is Lynn Logic. Welcome to this week's episode, Season 3, Episode 2, Midlife Crisis Mode Activated. I need a nap. I'm still in transition, and as my time grows more and more limited, I still don't have a solution to my living situation. Does anybody want a weird roommate? I'm looking. All I want is to rent a room, have a deaf dog, and all I want to do is work. And I smoke, but outside. I am realizing that I am so bad on paper. So bad. I have nothing. I'm starting over. Again. I've done this like 3 or 4 times now, and it just becomes harder. You invest so much into building a life, and you build it around love. When it collapses, you grieve that life. So let's talk about the bad on paper shit. Quick recap. I'm a widow of a cross-dressing alcoholic, and I'm a survivor of a blood clot in my brain caused by birth control pills, an experience that ultimately led to a hysterectomy. I'm also the daughter of a man who spent 23 years in prison. Trauma and I are well acquainted. Those are just the top 3 highlights. I may come across as a walking embodiment of Murphy's Law, but laughter has always been part of my survival plan. Professionally, I've spent 25 years working in accounting and operations across real estate, car dealerships, and hotels. I also hold a BA in psychology. I have always loved patterns, numbers, and categories. Lynn Logic exists because of that love. Before we get into this, if you like dark humor, emotional honesty, and the occasional existential spiral followed by a punchline, and if you've ever questioned your entire existence and then needed a nap and a hug, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you want to fast track into the Lynn Logic library, check out the combined videos, my narrative, and the worst day ever for a crash course. Also, Lynn Logic is now a podcast, which means you can listen to me while other people talk at you. You can find the podcast on Dystopia, YouTube, Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Patreon, and Spotify. Which, like YouTube, Spotify holds both video and audio. I'm trying to be everywhere. Can you tell? Follow along on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok too. Over on Dystopia, I've made merch because of course I did. Each episode comes with its own episode-specific shit to buy. My twisted sense of humor also comes with visuals. You're welcome. Welcome to Lynn Logic. Let's get started. I had to update my emergency contact for my doctor's office today. I had no one, so I landed on my 79-year-old mother. Not a great choice, but all I have. I love my mother, I do, but she is old and a hypochondriac. Not really a preferred emergency contact, although given my propensity to have things in my life go to the extreme, but no. I'm 46. I should have someone, right? I, at the very least, should have an emergency contact. But nope. Dead husband, estranged by his family, and the person I am becoming, well, old relationships aren't surviving. I have sort of been in the background, trying to hide, not to be noticed, except when I was a kid. As a kid, you could put me in front of a crowd of 1,000 people, and I would want to entertain. But something happened throughout my life that made me suppress and become anxious in front of crowds. Kind of feels like a wild horse being tamed. I went from happily entertaining to passing out on stage, and this was before I got to high school. Let me explain. I have always loved to sing. I was born with a weak liver but powerful lungs. My mom put me in singing and acting lessons at the Music Box in Charlotte when I was 11 years old. I went to elementary school at Cotswold, and it was right down the street. Now, me and acting, that was never going to happen. One, I don't have the attention span for it. I remember a recording showing some of my acting class with other students. All the other kids were doing what they were supposed to be doing. And me, I was spinning around a pole over and over. I was bored. I remember doing the children's theater in Charlotte as well, but not any specifics. I remember I always wanted to play the villains. I played Mrs. Hannigan at a performance at my temple of the song Hard Knock Life from Annie. I loved that. It was fun. Weird song choice, but I get it. We're Jews. But I always loved singing. quick repronunciation of the German love song. It's called Wenn ich ein Verglein wäre, just in case you were wondering. And I did the singing thing all the way up through college. I never cared if I was good or not. I didn't want to do any solos. I didn't want any recognition for it because it was for me. Hell, I never took it seriously. When I graduated high school in the final performance for seniors, they listed all the seniors that were graduating and asked us what our favorite song to sing was and for a quote. I chose Erie Canal and If You Can't Sing Good, Sing Loud. I still have that program in my yearbook. Hell, I love singing the song Mercedes Benz by Janis Joplin because she couldn't sing. And if the expectation is to not sound good, then you will sound good always. But my go-to song to sing when I want to belt out some noises, When You're Good to Mama from Chicago, the version sung by Queen Latifah. I also like Poor Unfortunate Souls from The Little Mermaid. I grew up singing the Disney songs from the 90s in chorus, so I know a lot of them. I still remember the song Wenn ich ein Verglein wäre, the German lullaby or love song I learned in choir in high school. Memory is funny. It is still a shower song I like to sing today. I feel like I kept the singing to myself so I could have something for me. Something that I wasn't judged on, that people didn't use to hurt me with. With Drew, the song I would always sing was Dusty Springfield's Son of a Preacher Man. Drew always told me I was half an octave off. I remember leaving Drew's funeral and just singing in the car. I just needed to sing. I sang Simple Man, the version by Shinedown. After that, it took me a while before I could sing again. My singing has always been tied to my emotions. I use it to say things that I can't say myself. I sing when I don't want to cry. I sing when I don't want to laugh. I sing because it is an acceptable form of yelling. Sadly, I am limited to spaces where I can really sing out loud. I can't sing in my car just because my voice is too loud and my left ear is too damaged. But singing is mine, and I love to sing. I am glad that I kept something that is just mine. At this age, I'm not old, but I am old enough to know better. With everything that I have gone through in the last 3 years, the husband dying, his family showing me that when they said I love you to me, it was a lie, all the loss, the cats, the homes, the job, the friends, it has been so fucking hard. I survived the marriage. I survived the blood clot in my brain. I survived it all, and yet I am still fighting for the basics. I built a life. I built a future, and the choices other people made took it away from me. And I just have to ask, am I going through a midlife crisis? Is that what this is? Sort of like a forced midlife crisis? My life wasn't making me happy. I was sad and fat and eating my feelings. When I was married, I wore black all the time. And now, as a widow, the last color I want to wear is black. I guess if I decide to drive around in a red convertible, then I can fully claim this as a midlife crisis. Is it a crisis? I mean, I went into crisis mode and I'm struggling like a motherfucker. Is it only a crisis while I'm in it? Also, can the crisis mode please fucking stop? I need a nap. I was so unhappy, but I was good at wearing the mask. Now, I can't wear a mask at all. I can't fake my way through anything. The second reason why I wasn't good at acting is simple. I suck at lying. I have never been good at it. Even as a child, I remember stealing a map from Liberty East. I thought they were free. When my mom asked me where I got it, I told her the truth. I took it. She made me take it back, and I did. It was 75 cents. But lying has never been my strong suit. My face will always give me away, and I like it that way. I don't have the memory to lie, nor the energy. My energy is specific and intentional now because I understand time as a different thing. I understand that time is limited and short in the most painful way. Trauma changes you. I mean, changes you down to your core. You will never be the same person you were before. Your perspective changes, and it is difficult to explain, but I'll try. Things that bothered you before just don't. It takes more to get a rise out of you, but when you rise to that level, it is difficult to come down. You are just used to using more adrenaline. What does this look like to those on the outside? You are loud. You are emotional. Let me say this clearly. Emotions are not bad. Having an emotion is not bad. Trauma makes the control part more difficult. As a trauma survivor, I can tell you there are two words in the English language that I hate: just and should. They serve no purpose in surviving. Just deal, just go, just. Just isn't an option after trauma. It just isn't. And should is the most pointless word. It should be this way, or you should do that. I have never heard a should sentence that actually helps a situation. Example. Today, when I wrote this today, my mom ran into my late husband's father. He said to her, "I feel like I should know you." And her response was, "You should." And then he asked her how she was doing, and she said, "Fine." The end. But the initial response, after everything the Funderburks did to me, to have my late husband's father say to my mother, "I feel like I should know you." These people destroyed me, showed me what cruelty really was. And you say to my mother, "I feel like I should know you." Again, that word should does not benefit the sentence at all. This just tells you to remember that the villains, not only do they not know that they are the villains, they don't care. These are the people who told me that I was nothing, and I have to remember that they believe that. Such a shame. Here's what I believe. I'm not nothing. I didn't have nothing before my marriage, and I didn't come to this with nothing. I have never been nothing. No one is. Nothing is not a word you use to describe anyone, and people who do think too highly of themselves. He could also have had some dementia and just didn't remember. Don't know. Don't care. Fuck off. With trauma in your life, it is the good days that surprise you. It is the nice things that people do that shock you. You aren't surprised when it goes bad. You pick yourself up and deal. You are ecstatic when things go good. I mean, you are elated because something happened that didn't hurt you and push you down. For instance, do you know something that makes me happy? Something so simple. When people make plans with me and they actually happen. I had to work on this with my therapist. I had a difficult time with making plans with people because of the fear that they would cancel. This was a learned behavior from my marriage. The amount of broken promises and canceled plans makes me fear when someone says they are going to do something for me. I never believe them, and I'm happy that they just show up. Let me elaborate on this. I'm happy that someone just showed up for me. That simple action right there means so much to me, and I would hope that you don't understand that feeling. I hope that you never had to experience that pain. I hope that, but I know it's not true. I'm not alone in my trauma. Funny, I constantly feel alone, and I have deep loneliness in me. But the one thing I know for absolute certainty is that I am not alone in my trauma. And that's just sad. As for me in crowds now, I'm starting to realize that I really like people. I like being around them and watching them. I like talking with them and learning their stories. I don't like being in the crowd, mainly because I get mosh pit flashbacks, but being in front of a crowd, that I would love to try again. I said for years that I'm an introvert, and I would always get the same reaction. You? Nah. Wait, am I an extrovert now? Did I switch back? Who can keep up? I am a neurodivergent with PTSD, anxiety, a touch of the OCD in a technological way, a 2E adult with emergent and inductive thinking. That is how this world defines me. What happens when judgment empowers you instead of weakens you? Hi, I'm Lynn. Nice to meet you. Chin up, tits out, motherfuckers. Damn, heavy episode. The next episode is about adventure. I'm going to explain why I call myself the embodiment of Murphy's Law and tell you about some adventures. Disclaimer for the upcoming episode, don't try this shit at home. I hurt myself a lot. But hey, you are your own person. You do you. Have a good day. Chin up, tits out. Bye. This is the whole, I'm at my mom's right now, so I can go through all my shit from my childhood that she's got that I don't have. So, I'm going to show you some of these cute little baby clothes. Look how tiny little Lynn used to be. I mean, I was born very tiny. I mean, I was born early and small and jaundiced and breached. 2 months after an eclipse. Okay, look how tiny. Doesn't even fit over one boob. Alright, take a look at this thing. Look how cute that is. I feel like it might fit me now, but it was a nightgown. I would totally wear that now because it's got my name on it. You'd be surprised how hard it is to find things with Lynn on them. Never can find my name. Okay, look at that little hospital gown. See that? Clayton Hospital, Riverdale, Georgia. And when I was a kid, my mom took us to Disney. Look at the cute little Disney shirt. Talk about 80s. Oh. Okay, so I was raised by hippie parents. And, I mean, I was raised by groupies, actually. My folks were big into following bands around. But look at the little tie-dye shirt. Oh, it kind of matches my gloves. Really cute. Alright. As a kid, my mom went on a cruise and brought me and my sister back the coolest pajamas. And I fucking love these. And I wish I had them in my size today. Alright. Alright, you have the little pants. And then a cute little shirt. Look at that. A cute little shirt. Look at the detail on that thing. I don't know if it's supposed to be offensive. I don't know if it is offensive. Look at the detail on that thing. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, there's another bit of extras I'm going to do. We used to have photo albums growing up. You guys have it all electronically, but we had these horribly looking, look at that gold and, what is that? It's like a combination between shit, vomit, and piss. I don't know. That's a horrible color, though. Now, I have claimed for years that my family's photo album has had marijuana pictures in it. Just straight up weed pictures in our family album. This also proves that I was raised by groupies. So let's just show you this. We have the first one is the smoking of the joint. Please tell me you can see that. Smoking of the joint. There we go. That's the angle. Let's just make this. It was already broken. I found it that way. Alright, then we have the smoking of the bowl. Oh, I hate the glimmer. There we go. Smoking of the bowl. There we go. Then we have the bag of weed. Then we just have the straight joint. Secret, my mom still can't roll joints. That definitely actually that looks like my mom's joint. Well, let's go this way. Then whoever this guy is telling us that it was good weed. That I believe, is my aunt smoking in our family album. I do want to show you my favorite picture of my mom. No, she's, can you see that? There we go. On a toilet. Oddly enough, on my wedding day, when I had to go to the bathroom, Drew had taken my dress and just draped it over the front of me to help me go, so that he could go get the camera and take a picture. I've never found that picture. I wish I could. Chin up, tits out. Bye. Do you like my dress? It's got pockets. Yeah. Woo! I know, Stevie. This thing's weird. I gotta figure out how to sit on it. I gotta fix it. Shit. I'm gonna fix a futon. The original flippin' fuck. See my socks? They're my Dolly Parton socks. They say on them, Jolene, just keep them. I have a joke where I wrote that I'm Jolene, and if I had written a letter to Dolly Parton as Jolene, it would be like, nah, man, girl, I don't want them. Let's get them Dixie Chicks. They took care of Earl. You are a pretty girl. You don't need to do your murder mittens on me. Thank you. I want you to snag the dress. It's a pretty dress. It's got pockets. Okay. Your purring is very loud, but I know you're happy. Yeah, you are a sweet girl. Alright. Does anybody want to into my living situation? Does anybody want a weird... Oh, fucking... Weird. Why does anybody want a weird? Want a weird. 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 I know, but you're soft. If you weren't meant to be petted, then your fur shouldn't be that soft. Plus, you're tiny. It's not like you can eat my face. I mean, you probably would have. Never mind, let's not go down that rabbit hole. To my living situation. Does anybody want a weird... Oh my god. Does anybody want a weird roommate? The fuck? Activated. Nope, that's not how you say that word. Hi. Logic. Welcome. No, that's not how you say those words. Part 2. Nope, I'm not going to do that. It's in Charlotte when I was 11 years old. I went to element. Oh, look, it's like Breaking 2. Just need turbo dancing on the ceiling. Oh, wait, that was the first Breaking? Was it the first one? Which Breaking was it where Turbo danced on the ceiling because he was sweeping his room? Was it 1 or 2? I'm a fan of Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo. But my go-to song to when I... No, start that over. First song I like to sing today. I need to itch my nose. For a represent... For a repronunciation of this... Nope. But my go-to song to sing when I want to belt out some noises... I don't like how I'm reading this. Let's try again. Could have something for me. Something I wasn't judged on. That people didn't use to hurt me. Oh. I feel like I kept the singing to myself so I could have something for me. Something that I wasn't judged on. That people didn't use to hurt me with. With Drew, the song I always sing. Ugh. And with everything that has gone on. Also, can crisis mode stop? Oh, fuck. I was so unhappy, but I was good at wearing the mask. Let's take a break. You're so cute with your little hand covering your face. You're so cute. You got your little paws. Your tiny little murder mittens. With Trump, it means so much to me, and I would hope that you don't. Pet the kitty, pet the kitty. Oh, the belly, oh, the belly. Oh, you want to get the belly. I know, you're so pretty. You're a pretty kitty. Pretty kitty. Now you're gonna bite me? You can't expose your belly and then bite me for rubbing your belly. You totally went balls up. Or wait, no you didn't. Can I have my... I don't... Alright. What is this? You want to hold hands? You want to... Now you're gonna suck on my thumb? Okay, can you... Can you let go? Can you let go? You got like all four. Okay. Tits out. Nope, let's do that whole thing again. Okay, someone asked me once how you tell if you're old. And I gave the answer of when I can't sit Indian style anymore, I will officially assume that my body's too old. That was my metric. Alright. Wow. Nope. That's not a wow. That's not how you say wow. Wow. Heavy episode. Damn. Yeah, I don't like the way that sounds. Damn. Yeah, that's better. was a heavy episode. A lot. But hey, you are your own person. You do you. Have a good. That's not how you say those words. All right. All right, Lynn here. I'm going to add some little extra bits into this episode because I thought it was super depressing. So let's have a little bit of fun. And sorry about the phew. It's like a ray of light shining down on me. I don't know where it's coming from. It's like I have a crease in my screen. Oh, wait, if I sit over here. Oh, perfect. Let's do it this way. Okay? All right. It's been a bit of a hard week. It's okay. It's February. February sucks.